Hello and welcome back to the 14th edition of Scotland's Abandoned Places. I'm Chalky Benzie. Today I'm in Crooked Home, just outside of Kilmarnock. This is Gowger Road in East Ayrshire, Scotland. Today I'm going to be having a look at a former primary school, Victorian style. This structure was built in 1875 and it closed in 1996. So come with me to an abandoned primary school. Let's get into it. Now, as you can see, unfortunately, the place is in a bit of a state of disrepair, unfortunately. It is said that the architect and the builders of this building was a Jai Ingram of Kilmarnock. Now, we've came across Jai Ingram in the past. The video covering Glazenock House Mansion was a James Ingram, and I believe that it's been the same guy, or indeed the same business, who have partaken in building both of these buildings. Now, not only did Jai Ingram design the school, he also built an integral building, which is round the back. That was where the headmaster, or indeed mistress, would stay. So here we are in the playground. This would have been a place of joy and happiness, but discipline all the same. Initially, the boys and girls weren't allowed to mix during the interval and at playtime. And if these rules were to be broken, then the children would be subjected to the strap or the belt. I would like to think that that didn't happen too often. Here, ball games would have been enjoyed in a game called Peevers. Now, Peevers is not something that I'm familiar with. Did you play Peevers at the school? And if so, leave a wee message in the comment section. So you heard me speaking about an additional building that was around the back of the school, designed for the headmaster or the headmistress to live in. I highly doubt that this is it, although this is another building out with the school, still in the school grounds. Let's get a look. To me, it looks more like a workshop. Let's see. Nah, I'm highly doubtful that this was a residential area. There's no headmaster or headmistress would have lived here, and quite rightly so. Then I'll give you a look. Tell me what you think. So after having a wee look round about, I would say this is more like a workshop. Here you can see, and what would have been all the way along there, workbenches, or at best, somewhere to store stuff for the school. Also, this building here has got a more modern feel to it. I think this would have came maybe a decade after the initial school was built, not at the same time, and not by Ingram. Let's get out of here. So perhaps the head teacher's quarters is round here. And the more I think about it, it was described as being integral. Does that mean, it must mean that it was integrated into the initial school building itself, which makes a bit sense. Let's see if we can find it. So I'm apt to believe that this here could have been the head teacher's quarters. That could be the integral building that they speak about and write about. I bet it was not too shabby in its day. Sleeping in for your work about the questions and phoning in sick just wouldn't be worth it. So here we see the chimney stack here, which offers a glimpse back in time when buildings like this used to be hit by the use of coal. The small green door beside it, could that be the furnace where they would stoke the coal and keep the fire burning? So the structure is a listed building and it will remain here for a while yet. In 1996, when it closed its doors to education, it went up for sale. It lay derelict for many years after that, and in 2023, willful fire raising took place. 6 fire engines attended. Thankfully, there was no injuries to anybody. 18 hours later, emergency fire crews were still in attendance, along with other emergency services. The building was ravaged by the fire, and on paper it has been deemed unsafe. So, having just spoken to one of the former pupils, the area that I thought was a workshop, turns out it was actually the dining hall. So there we have it, Crooked Home Primary School. Well, thank you once again for joining me in Scotland's Abandoned Places. You've been absolutely awesome. I've been Chalky Benzie, and I'll see you next time.